time now for your Health Watch this morning. And I want to introduce you to John Cisna. He's a teacher in Iowa, so he's made a long trip to come down here and talk to us. If you recognize the name, if you recognize the face, there's a reason for that. You've seen John and heard John since last year when you kind of made a name for yourself, and it all started with an experiment with your students. First of all, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
So tell me about this school experiment.
Well, it was all of my biology class has to do a semester project. And in it, they can pick any subject they want as long as it revolves around the biological sciences. Then they have to create a hypothesis, and then using the scientific method, they either have to prove or disprove that hypothesis. So I came to 3 of the kids and I said, hey, how would you like to try to prove the hypothesis? Is it possible for a person to become better off eating nothing but McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 90 days? And they said, yeah, let's do it. And that's how it started.
Okay, so now we'll fast forward real quick. They proved the hypothesis correct.
Well, and we left that up to the public to determine, but in 90 days of the experiment. Well, for my health, yeah, it was absolutely great. But there were 2 parameters I gave the kids, and this is what turned this experiment gold. Number 1, they had to keep me on 2,000 calories. But more importantly, I made the kids track 15 different nutrients of every item they fed me, and they had to try to keep those in line with the recommended daily allowances as established by the Food and Drug Administration. So in the 90 days of the experiment, I lost 37 pounds. Cholesterol went from 249 to 170. The triglycerides went from 156 to 80. And those bad boy LDLs, the bad lipids, went from 170 to 113, all eating what Supersize Me and Morgan Spurlock has convinced the world is bad for you.
So what was the difference here between the way he did it versus the way that you and your students put this together?
Well, because Morgan Spurlock just uncontrollably ate whatever he wanted to. In fact, I would never show Supersize Me in my classroom because I never saw the educational value of it. So the whole point of this experiment is it's about choice. It's not where you eat, it's what you eat. And the big irony behind this, you know, for 25 years I've been overweight. I hardly ever ate fast food. And isn't it ironic that I end up spending 6 months of my life eating nothing but fast food and end up looking like this today?
Now, you started with 37. You could 37 pounds. You continued the experiment after 90 days. So you're at a total of 60 pounds now.
Right. I went from 280 pounds to 220. I started off, I had a 51-inch waist. I wore about a size 48 pant. I wear a 38 pant today. This is the first time in my life I've ever been able to keep weight off because I've learned the importance of choosing right foods. And you know, the whole premise is there's no such thing as a bad food. The thing that makes a food bad is the quantity of it that you eat.
So we wanted to bring him on today just to remind you guys it is National Teacher Appreciation Week. So a big thank you to John, of course. And so as we wrap up, what is the one biggest takeaway that you want our viewers to walk away with? Maybe you want our viewers to talk to their kids about before they head off to school today.
Well, absolutely. And people need to understand it's not where you eat, it's what you eat. And you know what? McDonald's and fast food is not the solution for our weight problem in this country. It really isn't. But I think this experiment has proven conclusively that McDonald's and fast food is not the problem.
Did you think you'd get to this point where you were traveling around the country and
what
started as a high school experiment?
No, I thought I was going to die or retire at Colo High School as a science teacher. I never in my wildest dreams thought, but it's been a great experience. I've met a lot of people, and you know, as a recovering foodaholic, which is what I call myself, I want to get this message out because to let people know that as have battled weight problems, there is hope. Just put a plan together, follow it, and we can put a big dent in this obesity problem in this country.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well,
I
thank
really
you for the
appreciate
invite.
it.